Before we use DVDs and Blu-rays, we use a video disc system for watching movies and home videos called Laserdisc. The Laserdisc is one of three major video formats we used throughout the 1980s and 90s, other than VHS and the Betamax. The Laserdisc was developed by Philips Corporation in 1969. It had many advantages over the transparent mode. However, along with the Music Corporation of America, they decided to combine their efforts in demonstrating the first video disc in 1972. 6 years later, Laserdisc was put on the market as MCA DiscoVision, which later renamed Laservision and Laserdisc with Pioneer Corporation in 1980. Over 5,000 movie and video titles were released on Laserdisc throughout the 1980s and 1990s. Today, this format was popular among video collectors. A Laserdisc is shaped like a 45 RPM record, except it's optical, like a CD or a DVD. Each disc contains two playable sides. They use analog video stored onto the composite domain with analog or CD quality sound. Due to the lack of digital encoding and compression schemes, there are two encoding formats that are based on rotation speed. Standard play, also known as CAV. This format plays at 30 minutes per side or 1 hour per disc, with a rotation speed of 1800 revolutions per minute. In this format, we offer the full range of Laserdisc features, such as freeze frame, multiple speeds, and reverse play. Extended play, also known as CLV. This format plays at 1 hour per side or 2 hours per disc. These Laserdiscs slow down their rotational speed. Unlike CAVs, they offer chapter search, scan, pause, and multi-channel sound depending on the recorded contents. Before you begin operating a Laserdisc player, you will need the following equipment. The first thing you need is a color television. Any TV will work. Next, you will need either an antenna cable or audio and video input jacks. You will need these to connect your Laserdisc player to your television. And you will need two of the most important things you need. First is a Laserdisc player, like this one seen here. A Laserdisc player is hard to find nowadays. You can get one off of eBay or at a flea market at a price of $35 to $100. If your Laserdisc player has a remote control, you can easily control the player and its functions without having to access them through the player. And finally, you will need a Laserdisc itself. Like Laserdisc players, you can get them on eBay or at flea markets. The cost of a Laserdisc today would be $1 to $25, like a vinyl record. Now you have gathered all of your equipment, it's time to set up the player. To begin, plug in the desired cables you are using to connect the player to your television. If you are using RF cables, plug in the cable to the silver socket on the back of the player to the TV. If you are using audio and video cables, plug in the desired cables to each of the correct color holes. For video, it's yellow to yellow. For audio, it's white to white and red to red. Next, plug in the Laserdisc player by plugging it in to the AC outlet. Then, turn on your television to the desired channel your player is connected. If you are using the antenna cable, set the TV to either channel 3 or channel 4. If you are using audio and video cables, set it to either video 1 or video 2, depending on your TV handles the input jacks. Now you're ready to watch a Laserdisc. To begin, turn on the player by pressing the power button on the player. A blue screen will appear on the screen indicating the player is on. Next, open the Laserdisc drawer by pressing the Open-Close button located on the player. Next, take a Laserdisc out of its sleeve as if you're taking out a vinyl record. You can hold the Laserdisc in one of two ways. Either use both hands on the disc by holding its edges. If you're holding the disc with one hand, hold your thumb on the hole and your fingers on the edge. It is important that you never touch the playing surfaces. After you hold the disc, place it in the drawer, then press the Open-Close button to close the drawer. The Play Standby light located under the drawer will flash for a few seconds, then will turn steady when the disc is playing. When the disc is playing, there are many special functions you can use. It depends on what kind of disc you have. Most functions can only be initiated by just the remote control. You can fast forward or rewind the video in terms of scanning. Unlike videotape, you will never lose video quality. To do this, hold the Scan Forward button to fast forward.
Put them at their house, but it was their home.
Hold the Scan Backward to rewind. Release each button to resume normal play. On Standard Play Disc, you can freeze the frame and move the video one frame at a time. To do this, press the Still Step Forward button one time to freeze the video. Press again to move ahead one frame. To go back to the previous frame, press the Step Backward button. To resume normal play, press the Play button. Pause. Unlike VCRs, pressing the pause button on the remote will turn the screen to blue. When you're ready to resume, press the Play button.
Well, looks like we don't have any choice but to go straight across.
Reject. When you press this button on the remote, the screen will turn blue, the disc will stop spinning, but the drawer will not open. This means the disc will go directly to the beginning. As a final reminder, if you press a function that is not supported by a Laserdisc, nothing will happen. Some players will display a message indicating this feature is not supported on this disc. Some discs have recorded content on two sides. When side 1 is finished, wait for the screen to go to blue. Press the Open-Close button to open the drawer. Take the disc out and then flip it to side 2. Next, place the disc into the drawer, then close it. Side 2 will begin playing in a moment. If a disc contains only one side of program content and you flip it over to side 2, you will get a message saying that program material is recorded on the other side of the disc. This indicates that the disc should only be played only on side 1.
Turkey! Turkey, 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 turkey.
When you have finished watching the Laserdisc, either press the Reject button on the remote or wait for the screen to go to blue. Then press the Open-Close button on the player to open the drawer. Take the disc out and then return it to its sleeve. Then close the drawer and turn off your player and your television. As you can see, operating a video format system from the 1980s like the Laserdisc is not that difficult. However, the most important step is to buy a Laserdisc player with a Laserdisc. Laserdiscs can be hard to find nowadays, but you could get one from eBay and flea markets. Laserdiscs can take you back in time to the 1980s and 1990s.
Just by sitting where you are, you're traveling in time. You're a shooting star, traveling in time. Here you are today, yesterday has passed. Soon you're in tomorrow, and even that won't last. You may not even feel it, but you're moving fast. Travel